Hello everyone and welcome to Tier Above the Rest. Today we're going to go over Liverpool for the 2024-2025 season and let's get straight to it. Starting off with Alisson. Alisson is a solid player. I'm going to give him an S. He's been consistent for many years. He's brought them the Premier League again this season and it's been a really good campaign from him. This backup keeper, what's his name? Keller, I think. We're just going to give him a C. He doesn't really play. He knows his role, so we'll just give him a C and we'll move it along. Trent Alexander-Arnold, we'll give him a A. Solid season from him. Once again, just one of the best right backs in the world. You know what, I'm going to move him to S. It's a reason that he's going to Real Madrid. His defensive skills, I think, might have picked up this season a little bit, but we all know that his offense is what teams want him for. So for that reason, we'll give him an S. This next player, is this Connor Bradley? I'm not sure who this is. I'll give you a C. I don't know what you've been doing this season. I don't really watch Liverpool, but I assume that their starting 11 was consistent throughout the season. So he probably didn't get much play time. We'll give him a C for now. Who is this? I don't even know any. Is this Kostas Timaskus? Yeah, we'll give him a B. He's probably a solid role player. You know, coming off the bench, providing cover at the left back spot. So we'll give him a B. Robertson, we'll give him a B. I don't think he had the same impact like the other years, but he's still a really solid player. They are adding depth in that left back position, so that tells you that he's on the decline. Obviously, he's very old. He's 31, just towards the downside of his career now, and there's actually rumors that he might go to Atletico Madrid. So a B is very solid for him. Joe Gomez, will give him an A. One of the consistent center back pairings. He's been a solid partner with another player we're going to talk about soon, but for him, we'll give him an A. This player right here, we're going to give him a B. Quinsa. He's a solid center back, and he's still young, a very young player. He didn't have the best of the seasons, but I think a solid role player. He's probably going to get more minutes as the time goes on, so we'll give him a B for that. This player, I don't know who that is, so we're going to give him an F. Hopefully you get more play time next season. You might be on loan. I don't even know who you are. Van Dijk, come on, let's be honest. Still the best center back in the world. I don't think any player is as good as Van Dijk for all of these years, honestly. He's a really good ball-playing center back. He's got good speed. He's got good physicality. He is probably the cornerstone of Liverpool. And there was rumors he was going to leave the team at the end of the season. His contract was going to run out, but they re-signed him, and it looks like Liverpool are going to fight back for next season as well. Liverpool's identity is Van Dijk. Without Van Dijk, you don't have Liverpool. And it's great to see that he had another successful season, brought them another Premier League title, and for that reason he gets an S. And his center back partner Konate gets an S as well. Those two together, I think, are one of the best center back pairings in all of football. Honestly, not just in the Prem. They complement each other really well, and there's rumors that Konate might even leave in a few years. But for now, for this season alone, these two were unstoppable. They just perfect. They work well. Konate gets an S for that reason. Is this Endo? I'm gonna give you a B. You're a solid role player. You come off the bench, you play here and there. We'll give him a B for that. Curtis Jones, we'll give him an A. He's been playing a lot better recently. Not the best campaign. He is 24 years old, but I mean, with the midfield that I'm going to be talking about right now, it's hard for him to get in. So I'm going to give him an A for, playing his role. Expect more out of him next season. Let's get some more minutes under your belt. But yes, it's going to be hard with the midfield we're about to talk about. Honestly, I'm going to move that to a B because the lack of minutes does play a part. Gravenberch, he's been an A. He's not Casado. He's not one of these bigger players, but he had a very, very good campaign with Liverpool. I think an A is very fair, playing as like a deeper length CDM / like an 8, so he plays really well in that role. And I think he finally broke out because we all saw him at Ajax. We saw the potential. He went to Bayern, didn't get the minutes. Came to Liverpool. It was a slow start, but now we can see, this is a player that, everybody was talking about during the younger days. And he's only 23 years of age, and it's only going to go uphill from now. He's got another 5 years probably at this club at the minimum, and he could probably do a lot of big things. McAllister, I'm going to say S. He's been one of the best 8s in the world with the likes of Pedri and Valverde. I think honestly, I think he's the most consistent midfielder that this team has. Without him, you don't have the same midfield. He knows when to push up the field. He knows when to defend. He knows when to take up space. He knows when to make the runs. Very smart signing by Liverpool to get McAllister from Brighton. Without him, this midfield lacks the energy, the depth, and a player like him, in his prime, 26 years of age, well worth over 100 million probably, and they got him for a bargain probably at that time. A lot of teams could use a player like him, so for that reason, we're gonna give him an S. Szoboszlai, that's a tough one. We're gonna give him A. He had a good campaign as well, but I think for his standards, you expect a little bit more. Obviously, the team was functioning really well, so it's if everybody's doing S tier, then is everyone S tier? Not really. So for that reason, I'm gonna give him an A. I hope that he picks up his form, but it's gonna be tough when you got Wirtz coming in playing at the cam position. So good luck to Szoboszlai. It looks like they're going all in on Wirtz, so who knows what your future is with the club. But for this season alone, you get an A. Carvalho, I don't even think he plays for this team. Honestly, I was gonna give you an F. I thought you were gone. Am I casual? What's going on? Harvey Elliott, I'll give you an A. One of the better, wingers off the bench / sometimes you play in the midfield. We're gonna give him an A based on his, his role. He knows what to do. He's only 22 years of age, and it looks like he's got some potential. If he stays at Liverpool, it's gonna be hard to get minutes here and there, but I think he knows his role. He's doing well. He knows there's trophies to be won. So for that reason, I'm going to give him an A. Because remember, he's still very young. He still has time, and he knows that. He's not someone like Garnacho pushing for minutes and just, rushing things through. He's a player that knows his role. He's going to take his time. He's going to develop, and he still has potential to be a very good Premier League winger. This player here, I'm going to be real. I have no idea who this is. I'm just going to put you at F. You know what? This player, I don't know who that is either. But we're going to go from right to left now. Darwin Núñez. See, some players in this world were just not meant for this sport, and Darwin Núñez is one of them. We all saw what he did before joining Liverpool. He was scoring big goals for Benfica. He scored against Barcelona, a brace. We thought there was something there, but this guy can't score with a yard in front of the net. So let's just move it along, leave the club. Liverpool, buy a striker. There's a lot of good strikers out there. Buy a center forward like Firmino back in the day. Just move it along, Darwin Núñez. Your time is up at this club. Diego Jota, I'm going to give you a C. You didn't have the same impact that you've had in the previous years. You are pushing 30, but I expect better from you. Put the controller down, stop playing FIFA, and start moving your feet on the actual field. Okay, so for that reason, you get a C. You could do better, but you're still a good player. Cody Gakpo gets an A for me. One of their main attacking threats out there. Center forward, we really like to see him, continue his form ever since the World Cup. He's a player that's just getting better with time. He's in the prime of his career at the age of 26. And they got him for a bargain as well. Liverpool do really well in these transfer windows and get players on a good transfer fee. So for that reason, you get an A for your production this season. Luis Diaz, I'm going to give you a B. You're not the same player you once was for Liverpool ever since getting that knee injury. But for Colombia, you did really well. So, it's a little iffy one, but I'm going to give you a B. For your standards, you should thrive to be better. But for this season alone, you helped Liverpool achieve what their goals were, and that was to win the Premier League. So for that reason, I'm going to give you a B. And finally, Mo Salah, let's be honest, S. Up till halfway through the season, he was breaking all types of records. We thought he was going to break even more records. Top 3 probably in Ballon d'Or. But we did have a slight fall off. And, you could say recency bias. You could say Liverpool kind of won the league and then they lost all the other trophies. So it was a little of a bad ending to the season. But, Mo Salah, top 2 right wingers in the world. So for that reason, he gets an S for sure. So that's going to do it for Liverpool 2024-2025 season. Let me know what other tier lists you want me to do, whether sports related in another team. Let me know down in the comments and I'll get to it. Thank you. Bye.